Welcome back. I'm Adam. This is Colt. And today I'm smoking a Savinelli Series 3 unfinished. I think it's a 129. Has the 9mm filter, which Eddie at the Pipe Nook turned me on to the charcoal filters by Big Ben, and they are awesome, especially for Virginia. This is my Virginia pipe. They really do cut back on the burn. They also cut back on the moisture. And some people say that filters will hinder the pipe flavor, they will hinder the experience. And of all the pipes that I've smoked and bowls that I've smoked, I do not see that to be true. If anything, I think they possibly enhance the flavor because they cut down on the heat, which can kind of just numb your tongue to the amazing flavors that the vapors can produce. Colt, what are you smoking?
I'm smoking McBaron plum cake out of a Dagner custom cob.
Great little pipes.
Good.
I have one and I have 2 more coming. Should be tomorrow. So today we're going to talk about our first pipe experiences. I'm going to let Colt lead on this one. I know he's well versed in the tobacco world, as am I, as have probably quite a few of you. I'm going to let him lead off on his first pipe experience.
The first one would be, well, we both really got into pipes, smoking pipes regularly in, I would say, December of 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Is about right.
Yeah,
It was really
right in the
cold.
winter.
Yeah, really cold that winter. And we were smoking cigars before that. Still love a cigar. But I do like smoking a pipe better. It's more of a process, a little more relaxed, I guess.
I agree with that. A cigar is easy. It doesn't take long to learn how to cut it, how to light it, how to have a good cadence, keep the burn even, as best you can. Obviously, that's up to the wrapping and how it was rolled. But if you know what you're doing, even an amateur that has some knowledge, it's fairly straightforward. Now, I didn't take up pipe smoking for the challenge of a lot more variables with pipe type, packing, tobacco type, lighting, charring light, the tamping. It's just a flavor thing with me. Pipe tobacco has so much more flavor, and honestly, it's a lot more affordable. You know, an $8 cigar is going to be gone in an hour, 2 hours, whereas an $8 tin of pipe tobacco can last you, of course, depending on how much you smoke, all weekend or all week or months. Just depends on how much you like to, partake. And for me, I try to smoke at least 1 bowl a day, sometimes 2, sometimes 0. It just depends on if I'm busy, if I have time. It's not so much as a time-consuming dedication as a cigar smoke would be, because once that thing is lit, if you've ever put one out and gone back and relit it, it will not taste the same. It's still good, it's still smokable, but it just is not the same. With a pipe, you can light it, walk away, relight it, and to me it tastes exactly the way it did when it was freshly packed and lit. I cannot tell a difference. Now, as he said, we're not experts by far. We've definitely smoked pipes more than cigars, but from what little experience I have, you can definitely relight a pipe and start right back off where you left, and it tastes pretty much exactly the same. exactly the same. For me though, I was at a friend's house and I was underage. I do not advise that, but his father owned a gun store in town, and we were out of school. It was in the summer. I think I was in high school. I was 16 or 17, possibly 18. I'm not sure, but he had a pipe rack, and I always loved going over there and opening up the humidor and smelling the pipe tobacco, because, you know, even the most adamant people against smoking will admit that pipe tobacco, whether it's burning or not, still smells amazing. Even non-aromatics, it just smells just very welcoming. Just reminds me of like a log cabin, just, you know, just old times, very
Relaxing.
masculine, almost like a potpourri, really. And I grabbed one of his pipes and loaded that thing full. I probably packed it like concrete. I didn't know what it was. I think it was a cherry flavor. And I remember taking a few draws off of it, and I just didn't know what I was doing, but it was very flavorful. And of course, he starts pulling in, so then I scramble and I'm smacking the pipe on the ground, trying to get all the tobacco out of it and cool it off and put it back in the rack before he got in. And luckily, I didn't get caught, but that was my first experience and only experience until, you know, recently he and I got back into it. But I have to say that right now, Haunted Bookshop and Escudo are probably my go-tos at the moment. I know I've said I'm not a big vapor fan, and I'm not, but compared to other vapors I've had, it's pretty awesome. Dunhill was another good one, although, of course, now they don't make Dunhill anymore. And I still have a tin of Elizabethan left. I'm just trying to use it sparingly. Elizabethan's very good. It's a nice, strong tobacco, and almost rivals Nightcap in terms of nicotine level. But Colt, what's your favorite?
I'm really enjoying the plum cake right now. McBaron plum cake. Obviously the Colt. The Frogmorton.
Frogmore's delicious.
At 2 or 3 right now.
I have an order coming in from, I think it's Smoking Pipes. I have another tin of plum cake, which I'm going to age for McBaron, just to see, you know, if I can notice a difference after 6 months. I also have a 4-ounce tin of Seattle Pipe Club's Plum Pudding Special Reserve, and I have a tin of Bengal slices. And the last two I mentioned I have never had before, so I'm looking forward to trying that and seeing, you know, how they smoke, how it burns, if it keeps the flavor profile all the way to the bottom of the bowl. Because one of my pet peeves is I do not like to get an ashy taste when I'm about halfway through a bowl. The best thing to do is to also keep your ashes, you know, just lightly tamped down. But if you do it too much, you get those ashes mixed right in with the flavor, and you don't want the ashy taste. It just ruins a good pipe. So what is everybody's plans this coming weekend? I know what I'll be doing. Working on pipes. Smoking some pipes. Hopefully the weather will be nice. It seems like down here in the south we have rain, sunny skies. Rain, sunny skies. And especially this time of year, with it being spring, it's a lot more rain than sun. So hopefully it'll be nice. We can get out, work on some pipes, smoke a few, get some things done.
It has been constant rain.
Colt's in the landscaping business, and of course, you know, his job is at the whim of nature 24/7, and so he never knows what he's going to be doing that day. The forecast in the south is about as good as you can throw it. Which you can say, oh, 10% rain and 80 degrees, and it rains all day long. So you just really never know what will transpire in the weather here. Got some more orders coming from Missouri Meerschaum. I mentioned that I have a Dagner Missouri Meerschaum poker, and I have 2 more coming. They're just great pipes. They're very sturdy. They're very, very light, so they're easy if you're working with your hands, like when he and I are restoring pipes. We can just have it hanging in our teeth with a softy bit, and don't even have to worry about it. Maybe only have to take out your hands to relight it. And I also have a Church Warden. I think it's called the Cobbit. It's like a Hobbit cob, and he ordered that, so it's coming. So we'll do a review on it too, because Church Wardens
I had honestly
They-
forgot about that.
really do burn slow. They really do burn cool. It's very nice to have that. So that's what's on the agenda for us this weekend, and that's what we're smoking. Let us know what you're smoking in the comments below, and head over to smokingpipes.com. They have some sales going right now, and also hit up Eddie at the Pipe Nook. Great guy, very knowledgeable. If you send him an email, he will answer very quickly, and his prices are second to none. He does his own business out of his home in the Panhandle of Florida, kind of like in the northwest corner, and I highly recommend you guys visiting him, and we'll see you next time.